Hello NBA fans and welcome back to another video here on the NBA the week that was. Today I'll be analyzing a blockbuster trade, actually two that went down yesterday for the Milwaukee Bucks. They traded for two key players which prove that they're going all in this NBA season. Let's get right into the video. The first Bucks trade from last night that I'll be speaking about was arguably the more impactful one. Jrue Holiday, a stalwart player for the New Orleans Pelicans, who's been there for a lot of his career, was sent to the Milwaukee Bucks in exchange for a great amount. The Bucks gave up Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, 3 first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps in order to get Jrue Holiday. Now, why did they want so much for Holiday? Well, Holiday really bolsters the core of this group and really elevates them to even higher contender status. Holiday is arguably one of the best defensive, if not the best defensive guards in the league. He has the ability to guard both guard positions and can even go up against slightly bigger opponents. He's taken on the challenge of guarding guys like LeBron James in the past. He really is a key defensive cog for any team he's on, and it'll be really helpful to that Bucks team defensively looks scary with Holiday. So you're on the wing. You got to get past Holiday, and then you just end up seeing Brook Lopez and Giannis Antetokounmpo, arguably 2 of the top 5 shot blockers in the league, just waiting there for you. It will be brilliant to see how Holiday fits into that defensive scheme that Mike Budenholzer runs, and it'll be a joy to watch. Offensively, he also has the ability to take on some of the playmaking duties. He's a great off-the-ball shooter. While he isn't the most explosive as he used to be earlier on in his career back in his Philadelphia and early New Orleans days, he still is a great shooter, has the ability to make the right cuts. He's a great basketball mind, and is really going to be a great fit for this Bucks roster. However, we really have to question, the Bucks gave up a lot to get him. If they don't win a championship this year, they might not retain Giannis, and if they don't retain Giannis, they essentially gave up their whole future just to get a guy to please Giannis, who ended up leaving. So it'll be interesting. Jrue Holiday is 31 years old. He's exiting his prime at this moment, and he's going to be a free agent soon. And will they want to extend him to a big contract, knowing it's going to be from his ages 32 to 35, 36 season? And it'll be interesting. But this year, this trade is really going to elevate the Bucks to the next level, given Jrue Holiday's defensive abilities as well as his overall veteran experience in the NBA. But as I said, the main focus on this trade was really improving the already outstanding Bucks defense and really just giving the Bucks another guy to stop stars on the other team, which they didn't have last year in my opinion. Even though they have the defensive player of the year, Giannis questionably didn't take on the assignment of Jimmy Butler for games 2 and 3, which were crucial games in that playoff series. Let's look at this trade from the Pelicans' point of view. I feel that the Pelicans got a lot out of Jrue Holiday, more than they were going to get from any other team, and they really should be happy with what they got. Eric Bledsoe is also one of the best defensive point guards in the league, and teaming him up with Lonzo Ball, while they both aren't the best scorers or they can't shoot, they're still decent playmakers, and playing them together will stop any guard tandem in the league. Even if it's Kyrie Irving and James Harden, which might happen in Brooklyn, I think Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe can really give them trouble on the defensive end. They also got George Hill, who's been one of the most accurate 3-point shooters in the last 2 seasons, and again, provides veteran experience to a relatively young core in New Orleans, only helping them grow as a franchise. But however, the David Griffin really did well in getting almost 5 first-round picks from the Bucks in this. 2 pick swaps and 3 outright first-round picks are a wonderful haul for a guy like Jrue Holiday, who, as I said, is exiting his prime. And it really is a mutually beneficial trade for the Bucks more in the present, for the Pelicans more in the future. So I really feel I think this is a good trade, and it's really going to benefit both teams going forward. The next trade the Bucks made last night was arguably just as impactful as the Jrue Holiday trade, yet it is a bit underrated, and people are really ignoring it in terms of the impact it will make on the Bucks franchise. The Bucks traded for Bogdan Bogdanovic from the Sacramento Kings, and they gave up Ersan Ilyasova, DJ Wilson, and Dante DiVincenzo to get him. This was a sign and trade given Bogdan Bogdanovic was a restricted free agent, and now he's with the Bucks for at least the next 3 or 4 years. Bogdanovic is a really good player in this league, and he's always been overlooked. I think it's because he plays for Sacramento. There's a bit more flashy guys there, such as De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield. But Bogdanovic is really a dynamic offensive player in the way that he has the ability to play make, shoot, and really get past guys whilst being around 6'5", 6'6". He's a shooting guard who can play as a point guard. As I said, a great playmaker. He has great passing vision, has averaged 3 or 4 assists for his career. He's also a great shooter. Catch and shoot, De'Aaron Fox was getting him the ball well, and they really, with Buddy Hield, he was able to figure out, get into open spaces and make those catch and shoot threes. He's also really fast off the dribble and has the ability to blow past guys such as his teammate De'Aaron Fox did. I feel this is impactful for the Bucks because it gives them a true third option on offense. While Jrue Holiday can also do that, he isn't as explosive as he used to be, as I previously mentioned. However, Bogdanovic is young. He has the ability to grow as a defensive player in Mike Budenholzer's scheme. I mean, the Bucks have been one of the best defensive teams, and he'll only grow in that scheme. However, offensively, he provides the Bucks that third option when Giannis and Chris Middleton sit. Holiday can be the playmaker, while Bogdanovic can be the guy who's getting open, who's, when he receives the ball, has the ability to do something with it, which is something the Bucks lack. Eric Bledsoe was meant to be that guy. He wasn't able to fulfill that role, and they really had no one off the bench to do that. However, Bogdanovic's offensive abilities, dynamic offensive abilities, are really going to elevate the Bucks on the offensive end of the floor. And personally, for Bogdanovic, he's going to benefit from being in such a great defensive system in Milwaukee. The Bucks really didn't give up too much to get him, and I feel Sacramento really got undercut in this trade. Ersan Ilyasova is way past his prime. I mean, he's good at drawing charges, but you don't really need that. In Sacramento, I mean, their time is coming. De'Aaron Fox would start to get frustrated. He really wants to make the playoffs. Marvin Bagley, Buddy Hield, there's a mismanaged situation there. They also got DJ Wilson, who looked promising and has had flashes, but he's looking like a career bench player, averaging 5 or 6 points, 3 rebounds. Dante DiVincenzo is the big prize in this deal for the Sacramento Kings, and he was really good defensively for the Bucks last year. He was their premier wing stopper alongside Eric Bledsoe, and he also has a great catch and shoot. He's a great catch and shoot player, so he'll be a great 3-and-D wing. And honestly, 3-and-D wings, you never can have enough of those. So DiVincenzo will slot in perfectly in Bogdanovic's spot. However, the Kings will really feel the loss of Bogdanovic's ability to be a factor on and off the ball on the offensive end of the floor. However, their defensive ceiling will be elevated with the arrival of DiVincenzo and honestly Wilson. He's a quite athletic player, and Wilson has shown he can really guard multiple positions as well. However, not as consistently as some other players. But defensively, this is a good trade for the Sacramento Kings. However, I feel if they got a first round or second round pick out of it, it would have been a bit better for them. However, I wouldn't mind as a Sacramento Kings fan if I was a Sacramento Kings fan, I wouldn't mind getting a guy like DiVincenzo and Wilson, who are both quite young and can still develop alongside the young core of the Kings, which already includes great names like De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Marvin Bagley, and Harry Giles. So overall, another beneficial trade for both sides. However, the Bucks are really going to benefit from this trade by acquiring a great young talent in Bogdan Bogdanovic. And with that, I would like to conclude this video analyzing the 2 Bucks trades that were made last night. Let me know what you think about these trades down in the comments. Do you believe the Bucks won the Pelicans deal or the Kings deal, or did they win none of the deals and they're really leaving all they're putting it all out there, trying to retain Giannis next year and trying to win a championship this year? If you're new on this channel, subscribe and please like this video as well, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks, see ya.